Next is there are 7 core metrics that we have to remember, and one by one we will discuss them. What are they? Why we have to study them? So these 7 core matrices, many different metrics may be of value in managing the modern process. Um, there are 7 core metrics have been settled down by the Walker Royce, the book that we are following, and that guy has mentioned in his book. These are the 7 metrics that are to be followed, or that are to be utilized for the development of the software. Like first one is the work and progress. Performed over the time. Work and progress means work performed over the time. In this period of time, how much work has been done. Just in a very brief way, I'm telling you, we will take it in a more detail. Second one is budget, cost and the expenditures. That means within the period of time, how much money, how much cost has been incurred. That is budget, cost and expenditures. Staffing and team dynamics, personal changes over time. So that means related to the people who are working in the team, in the organization, or on your projects. So personal changes over time. So these three are called as management indicators. How you are managing your work, you can say. Then comes your quality indicators, on the basis of which there are 4 metrics that we have to remember. First one is change, traffic and stability. Traffic means your flow of information or the data, or the utilization of data, development of the work, how much resources you are utilizing. So change, traffic and stability. Then breakage and modularity. That means average breakage per change over time. So how you are, here we have, you can relate it with your different modules and how you are dividing the task over the specified period of time, and average breakage was how much per time, per according to the changes over the time, you can see. Then rework and adaptability. So average rework was how much, that we have to calculate according to the changes over some specified period of time, and how that rework has been adapted in the, you can say, for the development of the software. Then last one is mean time between failures. That is also another metric, MTBF. And the maturity, that means defect rate over time, over some specified period of time. How much, how many defects have been arisen. That is the maturity. So mean time between failure is, we have to find out the, uh, it is a metric MTBF, which we have to find out. And if it will be possible in next lecture, I will give you an example of it also, some numerical based on MTBF. But the here we want to see in how much time the project is has shown the failure. So mean time between the failures, first failure, second failure, how frequently the failures has happened. So that is the overall meaning of this term MTBF. So this work and progress, basically one by one we will see them, what are they in little bit more detail. We have to um, cover it up. So work and progress, the purpose of the work and progress, this first one, is work and progress. The purpose of this is to perform the iteration planning. What are the planned activities and what are the actual outcomes, and management indicators. We have to indicate according to these evaluations how much work we have done and how much progress we have made. And the perspectives we can consider for this work and progress are our by utilizing test cases, lines of code, how much work has been done, to evaluate that, function points that we have seen in Kokomo model. Then second one comes our budgeted cost and expenditure. Second one, so the purpose of this one is to get the financial insight, the planned activities and the actual outcomes. And this is also a management indicator that I just told you. And the perspective to achieve these things is to find out the cost per month, how much money has been spent over the month on the project, full-time staff per month, how much members are required, and how much money you are spending on the salaries and providing resources for them. So that is the budgeted cost and expenditures. Okay, give me a second now. Okay, someone came in between. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. So what I was telling you is about the third one now, staffing and team dynamics. So this staffing and team dynamics is basically, the purpose of this is to check the resource plans versus your actual plans that you have implemented. Then our hiring rate. Just give me a second. I'm facing some network issues. So some what do we say? Hiring rate at how much frequently you are hiring people, and what kind of skillful people you are hiring for the project, that thing. Then the perspectives to check out these things is people per month added, how many new people you have added in the organization per month, that thing, by utilizing that, and how many people per month are leaving. So these two things, by utilizing these things, we can find out the staffing and team dynamics for the project organization. So I hope I made my all 3 points clear of management indicators. And the management indicators is basically, we have talked about your complete overall progress of the project, the work that is being done in the project, then your overall budget for the project and the expenditure, how much you have spent, and how many people you have hired, how many people left the organization. All these things together indicate your complete management for the project organization, you can say. Okay, next one. Now comes your quality indicators. One by one we have to cover up these ones also. First one is in quality indicators is change, traffic and stability. So this change, traffic and stability, the purpose of this one is for the iteration planning, in how much duration that one iteration is happening, second iteration, how you are handling the outcomes of first iteration in the second iteration. Then all these things can be checked out by when the first iteration started, when the first iteration closed, when second iteration started, when it closed, and by the release of the intermediate components, release of the functional components. Those things can help out to know change, traffic and the stability, in what pace we are developing the software. that you can see. Next one is the breakage and modularity. About breakage and modularity is about your the waste work in the software and the collection of the different components and the activities for implementing that complete software and how you are dividing your components. Next is checking the quality of those divided modules. So this can be checked by utilizing the release and component systems release modules, and how much rework has been done for that particular module to divide that to reach on the final modules of the complete software. Next one is rework and adaptability. Purpose of this one is to maintain the convergence, our software rework, and the quality after performing rework in the project development. And this can be checked by evaluating the average hours, average uh, time work has been done per change. After one change, how much average hours you have spent. By the type, you can do that by release of the some intermediate component, intermediate functional portion of the project. By checking out those things, you can evaluate this rework. Last one is MTBF and maturity. So this MTBF and maturity, the purpose of them is to take the coverage of the test, robustness for utilization, and the quality check. We can check it by evaluating the testing happened in for how much long time until failure came up, and by checking out the number of failures, how many times failure happened in the project. So these becomes your quality indicators. The less number of failures means your project is going on in a very good pace, and we are giving a quality product. So these are some of the metrics. So metrics, I don't think I have to repeat the things again, but the metrics means on the basis of which we are evaluating our complete project for its quality, how much progress is happening, in how much time it is making progress, how in within the estimated budget, whether it is doing all the activities or not, within estimated time it is completing or not. So that is the work of the matrices. Yes, so in the software projects, we are utilizing these two metric indicators: management indicator, quality indicator. From your exam point of view, this question can come up in a direct form. For sure, it can come according to my observation, the papers that I have seen of previous years. Management, quality indicators, they can ask you directly what are the core matrices of software project. So you have to discuss all these. So these 7 core matrices that we have discussed, they can be used in numerous ways to help manage projects and organizations. And the 7 core matrices, they are based on common sense and field experience with both successful and unsuccessful programs. And their attributes can be like they are simple, they are objective, they are easy to collect, they are easy to interpret. So it is recommended to embed all this stuff into the development of the project. For the organizations, it is recommended. This collection can be automated, and they are useful to both management and engineering personas for communicating progress. And next thing is their fidelity improves across the life cycle. So fidelity, I hope you remember this term. We have utilized this term, ki how much exact is it, uh, how much of importance it is, high, low. So in that way, that is a fidelity. So it's fidelity, the utilization of it, and the exactness of it improves across the life cycle, you can say. So that's it. I think that is your matrices. Next, we have to cover up our management indicators. Management indicators, again, we will take one by one. What are they? In more detail, we have to see, because separate question can come up on them. So we will take them one by one.